We incorporate the efforts and leverage hundreds of thousands of people. We leverage technology. We leverage Instagram. We leverage Facebook. We leverage YouTube. We leverage the efforts of other people. So when I lift this sofa by myself, I look ludicrous to you. But when you try to get wealthy by yourself, you look ludicrous to us. And I'm gonna put a challenge out there to you guys right now, within the challenge. Do y'all know most of you guys will not get past E? I'm telling you, E is the threshold. If you get past E, you're starting to formulate a habit. E is the 5th letter in the alphabet. If you go 5 days straight and get past E, statistically, you're on your way to Z. Do y'all know most people will accept this challenge and won't get past E? So let's go ahead and go, man. Let me see. What am I on today? I'm on L. I'm on L today. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about, I need y'all to learn that there are no limits to the amount of money you can make in this country. No limits. You are only limited to the amount of money regarding the amount of money you make to the extent that you think about the possibilities in this country. In other words, only your mind limits you. There's no limit. But what you have to learn is the rules of capitalism. Now, I did that on C, so I'm not going over them again. What I want you to learn is that if you don't know the rules of capitalism, they're going to rob you. One of the first rules of capitalism, as I see my screen here, is you want to start an LLC. I'm not telling you not to start an S Corp. I'm not telling you to start a C Corp, but S Corp and C Corp don't start with the letter L. So y'all see how I'm throwing that in real quick. You want to start a corporation, an LLC, right? Why is that important? Well, because corporations get the benefits. See, anytime the government wants you to do something, they incentivize you to do it. So if you're living, Trevor Martin, in this country and you don't have an LLC, you haven't learned just yet the benefits of capitalism, and you're taking some major losses. And I'm giving you a serious lesson right now. So you're going to take some serious losses if you don't have an LLC and learn these things in this country. I'm about to give y'all a serious lesson. Here's why. If you get married, you get a tax break. That's the government's way of saying you need to get married. So they're not saying you need to get married, but they're saying when people get married, they give you a tax incentive. If you become fruitful and multiply, and also known as having children, you get a tax break. That's their way of saying we'll help you alleviate a little bit of the burden of having children by giving you a tax break. If I go green and put solar panels on my roof and solar panels outside and do something to my windows and all that good stuff, the government says you can write off that because you can write that expense off because we want you to improve your carbon footprint, the whole Go Green movement, save the ozone layer and all of that. So they give you a tax break. So anytime the government wants you to do something, they give you a tax break. So if the government gives you a tax break for opening a business, they must want you to have one. You understand what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all some lessons here now. If the government is giving you a tax break to start a business, they must want you to have a business, because everywhere else, they give you a tax break when they want you to do something. Their way of showing you that you should own a house instead of rent a house is by giving you a tax break on your interest rate, on your interest that you pay on your mortgage. So when you learn these lessons that I'm giving you, it's not luck that you're going to get wealthy. It's guaranteed that you're going to get wealthy, because these are the rules that govern this country. You got to learn this stuff. And if you don't learn it, you're going to get robbed. So learn the stuff I'm giving you in this lecture, because it's full of lessons. And if you don't, it's ludicrous that you are living with limitations. I'm just going to leave on that. No, I'm just joking. Which leads me to this. I'm going to leave learn alone for 1 second. And let's get into these loans. Be careful when you fill out these loan documents. Be careful when you fill out these loan documents. Listen, the bank is not giving you money because they love you. Oh, love, L. The bank is not giving you money because they love you. The bank is giving you money because they're making money off of you. So you have to know that somewhere in the fine print, sometimes, not all the times, listen closely, You have to know that in the fine print, if they can make some more money off the fact that you need money, they will. So when you get a loan, you have to understand at some point, whether you do it on the front end or whether you do it on the back end, you're giving the bank free money in the form of interest. Go back and check out my eye so we can talk more about interest there. But the loan, anytime you hear the word interest, a loan is involved. See, I'm giving you life lessons. Anytime you hear the word interest, a loan is involved. So if the bank, for example, is giving you 1% interest on your checking account, that means they're lending your money. They can't give you 1% on your checking account. You lucky these days, lucky if you get 1%. They can't give you 1% on your checking account if they haven't lent your money. So what you need to do is figure out where they're putting your money and getting 10% while they're giving you 1%, and your whole lifestyle would change if you went and learned how to invest wholesale instead of retail. I'm letting you know right now that when I learned this stuff, my life limits were lifted. So if you're giving me 1%, when I walk into a bank, sight unseen, that means you don't even know me. You don't even know me. You just want my ID and you're going to open up me a checking account. You just want my ID and you're going to open up me a savings account. Then that means if I'm getting interest, Brian said a loan is involved. So how are y'all giving me 1%? If you give me 1%, you got to be getting 8%. So where is the 8%? The bank is leveraging your money. They're going to make more money and they're giving you the smaller percent because you are the one at the end of the line getting a loan. I'm flowing today. Just stay with me. So because you at the end of the line and you getting the loan, why don't you jump to the beginning of the line and use leverage like they're using to get the 8% instead of the 1%? It's because you haven't learned yet that that's how it works, and that's ludicrous. That's ludicrous. So we have to learn that investing wholesale instead of retail, I'm just giving you some semantics. Investing wholesale, which is where the higher percentages are, instead of retail, which is where the lower percentages are, will make you wealthier a lot faster. So if I'm getting a loan and I'm borrowing money from the bank, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a mortgage. Don't get me wrong. It's your revolving debt that kills you. It's not your installment debt. You locked in at a rate for a certain amount of time and you can see the end of the tunnel. It's those credit cards and stuff that kill you, revolving debt, where you get involved, you get involved in a rat race and can't pay it off. A lot of times the interest rates are so high, it's ridiculous. Watch out for the loans that you request and make sure that there's nothing in there that will have you paying this loan off for the rest of your life. I know people that if they did the numbers, they will be 806 years old before their student loan is paid off. That's because they didn't understand what they were signing up for. I know people that if they're not careful, they will pass the loans on to their children, and that will keep you from ever leaving a legacy. We're on L today. So if you're not careful, you could get a loan and then pass that same mentality to your children where they believe that getting loans is fine and nobody's leaving the loans alone. So your legacy is tarnished because you left your lineage with literally nothing. We're on L today. We're on L today. And y'all don't think I do this off the top of my head. I'm not saying that just to brag and boast. I'm just saying that because they throwing these words at me and they think I'm not catching them. This keynote L might be legendary. This is legendary. So what we're going to do, let's recap real quick. We're going to learn how to leave a legacy by reading the fine print and going to get our loans wholesale so we can leverage the banks instead of allowing them to leverage us. And you're going to learn this stuff today. Because it's ludicrous for you not to get these lessons. I'm leaving. With that being said, I had one more word I wanted to give you guys, but I think I went through every L I can today. Oh, let's go with leadership. Let's go with leadership. Latassa, I appreciate you. If your name starts with an L today, I appreciate you. Latassa, thank you. So let's go with leadership. Why wouldn't you share this? All it is a button on your screen. Why wouldn't you leave a comment or tag someone or share this with other people so they can get the journal, back to Jay, and get some of these words and start waking up, just start tapping into the things that they just don't know that they don't know. Be a leader and either accept the challenge. I don't care where you start. You can start with, I'm on L today, right? But I've been going 11 days. You can start on A today as long as you go 26 days straight with us and make sure you either watch and share this, or if you're part of our movement, I want you to participate in this because it's going to help you become a better steward, a better leader. It's going to help you become a better leader. And that's what we are in the Extra Digit movement. We lead. We're a group of people, all walks of life, college students, dropouts, single moms, lawyers, doctors, firefighters, educators, network marketers, police officers. It doesn't matter. We show you how to grow your net worth one digit at a time. Be a leader and leave a legacy by teaching people that life has no limits. You need to know that interest means a loan is involved and you need to leverage the banks like they leverage you. I'm going to leave you with this. Leverage is a wealth principle. A lot of you guys run from it, and I don't know why you run from leverage. Leverage is the start of your legacy. Leverage is what you need in your LLC, in your corporation. You need some leverage in your life. Here's why. If I wanted to move this sofa behind me, here in the living room with me, right? I look ludicrous trying to lift the sofa by myself. You would say, look at this fool. I'm like, I got it. Now you're offering to help, but I'm like, no, I got it. I'm going to lift the sofa by myself. I'm going to take it through this door, this big sofa by myself. I'm going to put it on my back and I'm going to lift this sofa and I'm going to get out of here with this sofa on my shoulders. You like, man, are you nuts? You realize that when it comes to labor, leverage is smart. You know that. You learn that when it comes to labor, leverage is smart. I got to throw my L's in whenever I can. So that's what you've learned. If I turn down your help, when it comes to labor, I look ludicrous. Then why is it that when it comes to money, and we show you that you can leverage the banks, you can leverage other people, you can learn how to build an organization, you can incorporate the efforts of other people and build a group or organization and become part of a community where we teach this stuff every day so hundreds of thousands of people can learn it, why wouldn't you tap into that? Why wouldn't you tap into that? It's because you've been taught that leverage is lame. And what you haven't been taught is that leverage is what starts most of our legacies. Those of us that are leaders in this industry, those of us that learned this a long time ago, we look at you like you look at us. In other words, we have a legitimate home-based business. We incorporate the efforts and leverage hundreds of thousands of people. We leverage technology. We leverage Instagram. We leverage Facebook. We leverage YouTube. We leverage the efforts of other people. So when I lift this sofa by myself, I look ludicrous to you. But when you try to get wealthy by yourself, you look ludicrous to us.